So the Millennium Development Goal process, there was a UN high-level panel report on what should replace the current Millennium Development Goals, and one of the things that suggested is that free media and access to independent information and access to data should be part of a goal that should underpin the next phase of that of the post-2015 MDGs. I agree with that. In some ways, it's very odd if that didn't happen, given just how connected everyone is now and how information and communication is so central to development. I think it's key that it does need to be part of that post-MDG process. The question is how, and the question is what form will it take, and who will ensure that actually these issues are effectively and properly reflected in the post-MDG process. And there's a long way to go, I think, to make that a reality. Well, I think the first thing that needs to happen is that all those organizations who are interested in that whole arena, and that's not just media support organizations like us, it's also media freedom organizations, it's data transparency organizations, open government organizations, access to information organizations. There's a kind of much more conversation and much more connection made between them to take these issues forward collectively. I also think there's kind of quite an important issue about sort of how do we try and prevent this becoming not a big argument. I mean, I think these are political issues, so obviously different countries are going to have deep reservations about support to freedom of expression and freedom of the media being integrated into the core of a post-2015 development process. Are there ways in which we can talk about that and discuss that so that there is a level of consensus that can emerge for the development framework going forward, which respects the fact that there are fundamental values that do need to underpin development, but which also don't necessarily mean that we end up with lots of polarized positions when we come to be framing this issue in the future.